viewers, you are watching Read News with me, Aurin Putri. I will bring you to the most updated news from all around the world. This time I will be delivering the news about can AI replicate religious leaders and rituals? In Kyoto, Japan, a robot named Mindar leads Kodaichi, a 400-year-old Buddhist temple. The Japanese congregation said that they were not bothered by the Mindar robot and about the risk of siliconizing spirituality. Meanwhile, at Beijing Longquan Monastery in China, there is Xian, an android monk who can recite Buddhist mantras and provide guidance on matters of faith. And then, in India, there is a robot that performs the Hindu arti ritual, which is characterized by moving light back and forth in front of the deity. Not only in Asia, in Europe there is a Christian robot named Santo, which resembles Catholic saints. It responded to people's concerns with quotes from the New Testament. The confession chatbot app has also been developed for Catholics. Believers can log into the app and have an interactive conversation about their sins, while the application can solve the problem of confession of sin for individuals. It can raise many ethical problems related to the nature and content of confession. Different religions have different relationships and reactions to AI. For example, non-monotheistic religions like Buddhism believe that everything in this world is permeated by divine aspects and by Buddhist nature. They are more inclined to spiritual guidance that comes from technology. At a temple in Kyoto, the Buddhist monk Tenso Goto said, "Buddhism isn't a belief in a god, it's pursuing Buddha's path. It doesn't matter whether it's represented by a machine, a piece of scrap metal, or a tree." He has also argued that the advantage of AI over human beings is that they are immortal and therefore can store infinite information throughout the centuries. Meanwhile, monotheistic religions tend to be against AI technology. Abrahamic religions such as Islam or Judaism oppose depictions of gods and consider many of these depictions to be idolatrous. In addition, they also provide more room for intentionality in prayer, which needs to be met with deep and deliberate involvement. It is this will that the machine does not have. The same is true of Ilia Delio, a Franciscan sister with chair of theology at Villanova University. She argues that Christianity views priests as a divine calling and ordination, and AI challenges this belief. Now, the question is, what effect does this new technology have on religious life? On the one hand, robots can arouse the interest and curiosity of people who are from religion, increase the involvement of people in religious rituals, keep religion up to date and relevant to our modern world. Then, make the implementation of religious rituals cheaper, as we have seen in Japan, and can be especially useful in places where a human priest is for some reason inaccessible, such as in priest-sufficient areas of the Amazon. Finally, with the AI engine, people no longer need to worry about immoral acts of priests and religious figures, such as sexual harassment or money scandals. But on the other hand, AI technology can make religion impersonal, too mechanical, and may make it difficult for the faithful to have an immersive religious experience. Religious rituals are often about community and the human relationship between believers and religious leaders. This connection may be lost when humanity has to come into contact with impersonal and non-human technology. In addition, AI technology can bring about theological and ethical problems such as theological problems of free will, regret, and life after death. We will discuss this issue further only on Read News. If AI technology is going to go further to create AI robots with free will, we have to ask ourselves, do these robots have a soul? Until recently, monotheistic religions had regarded the soul as a unique aspect of human beings and held that humans have souls because they were created in the image of God. They are able to sin, but can also repent. This means that they are always in contact with God. However, if it is true that machines with AI will have free wills and souls, does this mean they can also have a relationship with God? Kevin Kelly, Christian co-founder of Wired magazine, argues that we need to develop a catechism for robots. He states that there will come a point in the future when these free will beings we have created will say to us, "I believe in God, what should I do?" At that point, we must have a response. Other potential problems could arise otherwise. The AI priest or other religious figure will handle the ethical questions put to them from the congregation and how they will make decisions on religious topics. However, robots are not humans and may not be able to understand the uniqueness of each situation. They also run the risk of providing believers with answers based on algorithms that are inadequate for the situation. The use of AI for religious ritual is still a minor phenomenon. But as time goes on, more and more religious communities are incorporating robotics into their religious lives. This new reality is bound to change the way people experience faith and religious rituals. It can also change the way humans think about ethical issues and make ethical decisions. We have seen that the emergence of AI technology can have both positive and negative impacts on our society. However, the real challenge is to develop a world where robots and humans are not competitors but collaborators. Each offers the other something the other doesn't have and learns to use the other to improve society rather than destroy it. And that was the news for this evening. Stay tuned for future updates on Real News every Saturday at 8 p.m. I'm Auri Putri, good afternoon, and see you next Saturday.